Today I wish to celebrate my favourite teacher, Christopher Nicholson. Again, this is one of those characters that is only really personally known to me and those people that I went to school with and who were lucky enough to come under his tutelage in the course of a lifetime. And so it may seem bizarre to honour someone who has already passed and who most people will not know, but you will soon see why. He was an absolutely incredible educator, and he marked my life and those of many other people for decades. He was one of those absolute darling English roses who in many ways was not so worldly wise. I wonder if he ever kissed anybody in the course of his lifetime. After retiring, he retired to reading his books and listening to his record collection on some fantastic headphones, and occasionally going for dinners and going out to operas, largely on his own or with a friend to accompany him to experience his favourite composer Wagner and to lose himself in the arts. He loved watching sport throughout his lifetime and was a passionate supporter of all the school teams. But it's not for any of these reasons that I really wish to make a mention of him, because he spoke to us young people with such an intelligence and such a respect of our intelligence. We were never talked down to as so many teachers do. I'm struggling with the sunshine here. He was someone who had an intrinsic respect for the intelligence of every individual. It didn't matter the age or temperament. He was really truly there for all the people that he had under his wing. So he every year would have an intake of students of about 120 people, and he would go round with photographs and names going into each class and make it his duty to learn every young person's individual Christian name within 2 days, because he wanted everyone to feel at home. And many people were starting in that secondary school having had maybe no time to get to know anyone from the junior school. Like, lots of people were moving there and starting that secondary school for the first time, and he wanted everybody to be able to feel at home. It was really important to him that they all knew that they could go and approach him, that we all had someone that was a confidant upon whom we could rely, and he would make time for people. He was never too busy to see or to speak to anyone. He really took the pastoral role of what it was to be a teacher very seriously. He was the headmaster of the middle school for many, many years. The middle school was that for 11 and 12 and 13-year-olds. He ran an assembly, or gave an assembly, 3 days a week. And of course, like many school assemblies, there were honours and badges and handshaking and all of that kind of stuff. But what I retain and what most people remember him for were these incredible assemblies talking about subjects as diverse. It was him that introduced me to Sonnet 116, which you may have seen me speak about in other films. Shakespeare's greatest sonnet, where he defines love. That was one of his early assemblies that really made an impression on me. But he also would talk about things like tacit agreements, the unspoken agreements of societies that bond people together. And he talked about the tacit agreements of our country, but also of our school. He would talk about so many things. It's funny, I'm now suddenly having a little absent-mindedness, but so many times I see things in life and it harks back to the moments that I remember him talking about it. He really made me feel at home in a culture that felt very alien to me, and supported me a great deal through those first few years, and was a confidant that I made friends with him and saw him for many years after leaving the school, and it was always a pleasure, always an inspiration. So I'd like to take a moment to celebrate Christopher Nicholson. I haven't been able to find any details about his actual birth date or the day that he died, so I've had to kind of go, today will do. So today I'm celebrating Christopher Nicholson.